Hey, you're keeping company with Connor, and you're listening to another Town Square Spotlight. We have a returning guest with us today, along with a new friend as well. With us, we have New York Yankee legend and world-renowned jazz guitarist, not to mention philanthropist, Bernie Williams. And sitting with us today, we also have Scott Staszak, President and CEO of the Pulmonary Fibrosis Foundation. Guys, how are you?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having us on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm really happy to have you guys. Seriously, Bernie, really happy to see you again. The last time we talked was over at Millbrook Winery for your concert. We got to speak about your music career. You got to talk about your baseball career, and we were even able to fit in a little bit about tune into lung health. But we were only able to get in a little bit of it. Today, we get to focus on it, and I'm excited for that. So if we can kind of pick up where we left off last time, I guess, could you tell us a little bit of what inspired you to form Tune Into Lung Health and how you're using it to honor your dad's legacy, as you told us last time?
Well, yeah, like I said before, thank you so much for giving me another opportunity to tell my story. It started with me with Boehringer Ingelheim, a pharmaceutical company out of Germany. We put this initiative together. We've been working on raising awareness about interstitial lung disease. And through this program that really tries to utilize the power of music to help cope with a lot of these other things that people may run into while going through this process, things like anxiety and depression and just having this sort of sense of despair. Music is a great healer and a great resource for that. And I brought reinforcements today with my friend Scott. He's with the Pulmonary Fibrosis Foundation, and we're just kind of teaming up in this effort. And I'm so glad to have him here with me today.
Terrific. Hey, with that great introduction, Scott, let's get you in here for a moment then. Scott, you're the president and CEO of the Pulmonary Fibrosis Foundation, PFF for short. Rhymes with BFF. That's what we're all going to be after this interview. Could you tell us a little bit about the significance of Pulmonary Fibrosis Month and what exactly the issue is? What is the condition, pulmonary fibrosis?
Certainly. So during the month of September, we try to bring awareness to the disease because, first of all, most people aren't aware of it when they're diagnosed, and many people that support them also have no awareness of it. The condition is scarring of the lungs, essentially. The most common form is called idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, and that word idiopathic simply means that we don't know why their lungs are scarring. And unfortunately, the lungs continue to scar until people are unable to breathe. So it's really important to bring awareness to this, as there are treatments that are available that can slow the progression of the disease. And so if we can speed up the diagnosis for people, then they can live longer.
Absolutely. And I think that's such a great thing to be able to do. So with September being Pulmonary Fibrosis Month, what exactly is the foundation doing to raise money and awareness?
Sure. So one of the things that we're doing is telling stories from individuals. The theme for Awareness Month is every breath, every story. As we've touched on, many people are unaware of the disease and they feel very isolated, either as the patient or a family member or caregiver, friend. And so being able to tell their stories and understand that there's a much larger community of people affected by the disease brings positive outcomes for them with their mental health. We also do things such as we have a walk program, so there'll be a number of fundraising walks around the country. The fundraising aspect is really critical for the foundation so that we can execute our programs, but also that sense of community and bringing people together, as I've touched on, is really critical. We also are lighting up a number of buildings throughout the country and monuments. And so this is the first time since starting this that all 50 states will be doing this to honor Awareness Month. And then we have on September 18th, we'll have an ILD day, which is interstitial lung disease, which is the umbrella of all these diseases. And we'll be doing an educational webinar with Dr. Sonia Danoff, who is a part of our medical team at the foundation, and she's also a pulmonologist at Johns Hopkins.
Wow, that really is incredible. And I'm happy to hear the reach, all 50 states taking part in this. That's incredible. I love that. So, Bernie, I'm going to pass it right back over to you. As Scott said, one of the biggest things about this month is telling the stories. And as we talked about the last time, you're really inspired by your dad. If I'm not mistaken, he actually passed from idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. Can you tell me what this means to you and your family then?
Yeah, it just affected us in a very profound way. My dad was, I mean, he was our hero. He's very outgoing. He was the one that taught me how to play baseball at 8 years old and taught me my first chords in my guitar when I was about the same age. And he started suffering from the symptoms of this disease, started with a dry cough, fatigue, things that he would take for granted, doing, like running a flight of stairs or just, kind of spending a day with us on the beach. He started feeling this fatigue chronic that would never go away. And that's basically started our journey with him, trying to get him to be better. But unfortunately, I mean, obviously, he was suffering from idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, and there was not a lot of knowledge about that, especially down in Puerto Rico, where I grew up with him. It took us about 5 years for him to be diagnosed correctly, and after that, we lost him maybe a few years after that. So it just really gave me this motivation to try to make sure that not other families would go through the same process that we went through. It was very frustrating, and it really just wasted a lot of time, looking for answers, and figured that we have sources that will be, geared towards educating people and trying to give them the knowledge that they needed more early in the process, so they can make a better determinations about how to deal with the process of getting treated and enhance the quality of their lives. And that has been really my motivation to try to team up with all these initiatives and making sure that we make an impact in our community and help these people out that really need their help.
Absolutely. I love that. And in the last minute or two that we have, what is the impact that you've seen from Tune Into Lung Health? How have you seen it affect other families and people all across the country? You guys, questions open to both of you.
Well, on my end, the impact has been very positive, not only for the people that we're helping, but for myself as well, having the opportunity to tell the story and pay tribute to the memory of my dad, which has been such an influence in my life, listening to other people tell their stories, and just having the sense of community and support, making people feel that they're not alone and they have a place that they can just tell their stories and get some information and get educated about these the resources that they have available to them has been very, very impacting and very positive.
Terrific. Scott, do you have anything to add on to that?
Certainly. As I mentioned previously, there's a lot of unawareness of the disease, particularly when people are diagnosed. So the work that Bernie is doing with the Tune Into Lung Health program in partnership with Boehringer Ingelheim really serves the mission of the Pulmonary Fibrosis Foundation. We want to ensure that the most people possible have awareness of the disease. So if they're expressing symptoms at an early stage, that they explore this as a possibility rather than waiting multiple years for a diagnosis. So we applaud the work that Bernie's doing and appreciate the partnership.
Terrific. I love this partnership. I love the work that you guys are putting in. Of course, we'll have all the links and information to follow Tune Into Lung Health and the Pulmonary Fibrosis Foundation in the description of this episode on our website. Make sure that you check out our Town Square Radio apps in order to check out more about it. Bernie, Scott, I know you guys got to run, but I'm so blessed and grateful to be able to speak with you guys today. And I hope that this message gets out there to so many people. And I hope people keep tuning in. Again, thank you guys.
Thank you so much for having us, man. Take care.
Thank you.
Take care. All the best.
I'm Bernie Williams, and I lost my dad to idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. My dad was my hero. Talking about my family's experience with interstitial lung disease and how music helped us cope is very important to me. Is one of the ways I can ensure my dad's legacy lives on. It's why I'm so excited to be part of Tune In to Lung Health. Through this program, You'll find plenty of resources and education, including a series of vocal exercise videos. I'll be joined by vocal coach Eric Vitro. He'll walk us through techniques that he uses with his own celebrity clients. In these videos, you'll meet people affected by interstitial lung disease. They'll share personal stories, as well as participate in breathing and vocal exercises that might help you cope with the mental, physical, and emotional burden of this disease. Please explore all these videos and enjoy. I hope you find them helpful.